Welcome to the 1-Star Weak Foot Show, FIFA 21 edition, starring your host, 1-Star Weak Foot, and our review specialist, 1-Star Weak Foot. Bow! Good evening and welcome to the 1-Star Weak Foot Show, your one-stop shop for player reviews. I'm going to be your host today, 1-Star Weak Foot, and it makes me so happy to see you back on the channel. Thank you to everybody that's tuning in. Thank you to everybody that's been tuning in. So, as you guys know, I like to review icons on this channel just to give you guys an idea of how they play in game. There's a lot of icons on this game I still have yet to try, and there's one that particularly caught my eye today, middle icon Thierry Henry. So guys, let's look at the card. You might be wondering at home, why out of all the cards I have picked Thierry Henry? And the answer is simple. Because heading is back on this game, and because having physical strikers seems to be back in FIFA 21, I wanted to try Thierry Henry again. I tried him last year. I wasn't the biggest fan of him because the meta did suit the dribbling more so than the physicality of having players in the central positions. But this year, this Thierry Henry looks very, very nice. He's 6'2". He has medium work rates. He's right-footed with a 4-star combination. As you guys see here, I have played 4 games with him in division rivals. I have 6 goals and 0 assists. Before we go any further, if you're enjoying the content, if you want more content like this, do me a favor, hit the like button down below. And if you're new to the channel, do me a solid and subscribe to the channel. I appreciate all you guys at home for watching this video. So, when you look at Thierry Henry's card, it is very clear why a lot of people are willing to spend a lot of coins on him. I mean, he's selling for 1.2 million coins on the PS4 market, and it is a price that you have to really compare him to the Mbappes, to the Neymars and Ronaldos of the world when you're spending that amount of coins. Pace-wise, he has it. 90 pace is very solid. No issues there. Shooting-wise, he looks like an absolute beast. His 93 positioning is great. His 91 finishing is immense. And his 84 long shots are not bad, especially when you consider he does have the finesse shot trait. He should be able to bang them from outside the net. Passing-wise is where he's very nice as well. He has 88 vision, 89 short passing, and 90 curve. And some of you guys at home might be tempted to use him as a cam, so we will be talking about his passing today. Next, we'll be talking about his dribbling when you look at his card. And yeah, every stat here is good except the 63 balance. Is it going to ruin his card? Is it going to affect his card in delayed gameplay? That's what we're here to find out. Physical-wise, he's solid. He's 6'2" with 80 strength. I don't care if the aggression is low. He should be decent as far as shielding the ball goes. 83 stamina means he lasts all game. 67 jumping at 6'2". I think that's still decent. I think he should be able to win headers. And if he does, his 80 heading accuracy should help him put things away. So, without further ado, we're going to take you over to our review specialist in the studios, 1-Star Weak Foot. Tell us how this card is. Thanks, 1-Star. So, as you guys know, this card is selling for a whopping 1.2 million coins on the PS4 market. Is he worth it? I would have to say not quite. Comparing him to Neymar, Mbappe, and Ronaldo, unfortunately, he's not on that level, so therefore, I can't justify the price. We're going to break down the stats though so I can explain further. So, first we're going to talk about his pace. He has 90 pace, and if we're going to be real, he feels very quick in game. What I will say is that he's one of those players that on the ball feels a bit sluggish, feels a bit slower than the pace suggests. But off the ball, when it comes to being the defensive line, or when it comes to even accelerating out of the L1 fake shot or the heel to heels, he's very nice. Therefore, I have to give his pace an 8.5 out of 10. The only thing that really limits here is his clunkiness, but other than that, he's very, very quick in game. Next, we'll be talking about shooting, and honestly, I had no issues here whatsoever. The number one thing you're going to notice here is his 93 attack positioning. Did it really help the fact that he has medium attacking work rates? I would say absolutely. But what I will say is that you need to set him to get him behind. Maybe set him to stay forward. The first game I used him at the striker position, and I didn't set him to any of those instructions. He was very lazy. He was in the midfield rather than the attack. The moment I switched the instructions, he was much better, and his runs were very, very nice and well timed. His finishing is pretty clinical, I will say. Both feet, if you get it on the right angle in the box, he's going to hit the back of the net. His finesse shot is a thing of beauty, and that means outside the box as well, he can test the keeper as well with that finesse shot. Overall, this guy's shooting is a 9 out of 10. It is solid. It is definitely good enough to be a lone striker and the main finisher on your team. Next, we'll be talking about his passing, and honestly, he has a very, very nice playmaking capability, which is something a lot of people wouldn't expect out of this card. And it really allows him to play the target man role very, very well. He has 88 vision, 89 short passing, 90 curve, which means in and around the box, I don't care if your opponent packs the box, he could have all 10 of his defenders or all 10 of his outfield players in the box. He's still going to be able to find space if you know what you're doing with the passing. 76 long passing means that his over-the-top through balls and his driver passes have very nice weighting to them as well. Overall, this guy's passing is an 8.5 out of 10. It is definitely good enough to play the cam position if that's what you're looking for. Next, we'll be talking about his dribbling, and unfortunately, this is the part of this card that lets him down. He's 6'2", he's fairly stocky in game, and the fact that he has 63 balance affects his card in negative ways, in multiple ways, and it really is annoying, and it's something that really hinders his card in terms of his worth and how much he's worth on the game. When you have somebody with 63 balance that's this tall in the late gameplay, he's very hard to move, he's very hard to maneuver, and you'll suddenly find that every time you pass him the ball, he can't move. He's gonna lose the ball the moment he moves. It's very, very annoying. On top of that, if you take a shot off balance, if you make a pass off balance with him, because of his 63 balance, I notice a higher margin of error there. It's very worrying. In the smooth gameplay though, I will say his dribbling was very nice for a big man. I mean, he keeps the ball very close to his body. He has very nice ball control, very nice first touches. But like I said, I just can't get over the fact that today I had bad gameplay, and he was unusable in comparison to somebody like Rashford, or in comparison to somebody like Inform Bamba, Inform Fati. Those cards felt much more usable into the late gameplay, and it's something where you have the late gameplay so much in FIFA, and if you have a card like this that can't perform, he can't be worth the money. Overall though, I have to give his dribbling an 8 out of 10. It is good for a big man, but the balance is definitely a big con. Finally, we'll be talking about his physical, and honestly, I thought he was decent in this regard. He's very, very good at shielding the ball with his big body and his 80 strength. He wins a lot of headers, and if he hits the header, he has very good accuracy on it. 83 stamina is enough to last the game. It may need a sub in extra time, but otherwise, he'll be fine. Overall, this guy's physical is an 8 out of 10. Alright guys, so what's the final verdict on this card? Is he worth 1.2 million? I would say no. Unless you're the kind of player that gets smooth gameplay in every single game, there's no way I could justify spending 1.2 million on a card that becomes really bad in the late gameplay. But let's talk about his strengths. He's very quick. His shooting is very, very nice. He has the finesse shot trait. He's a bit of a playmaker as well, and physically he's a beast. Let's talk about his cons. Honestly, the 6'3" balance is a big, big con. It's very noticeable because of how tall he is and how big he is in game. And I really think it is a big con to the point where it could break his card in certain conditions. Overall, I have to give him an 8.5 out of 10. If he was about half the price, I could justify it, but for 1.2 million, go get yourself a Neymar, go save up for Mbappe, or go save up for Ronaldo. Alright guys, so that's going to be my Thierry Henry review. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Once again, don't forget to like and subscribe. I will see you in the next episode. Until then.